Otero Family History, where we discuss the history of the Otero family of Tubac, Arizona, Arizona history, and touch on genealogy research tips to further your own family history research. Today is Sunday, February 12th, 2017. I'm your host, Diana DeLugan, Otero Family Historian. This broadcast is coming from my home office in Metro Phoenix near the South Mountain Radio Towers. Our day here has been mostly cloudy and we're currently experiencing a comfortable 65 degrees. This is the second Sunday special podcast of Otero Family History. You'll note that today's show has 4 basic topics that you should expect during future broadcasts. First, we'll browse Arizona headlines 100 years ago today as we rediscover our collective past. Second, we'll touch on a useful genealogy resource or research tip, followed by a brief segment on Otero family history. We'll wrap up each show with an Arizona history moment. While today's segment was made on Sunday, February 12th, the YouTube upload was delayed due to technology. Before I begin today's segment, I am so excited to announce that on February 8th, my family welcomed into this world Clara Marie and Emma Layla, my identical twin great-granddaughters. Touching them, holding their tiny hands, I became overwhelmed with love and filled with hope for the future. Their births gave me a renewed desire to live a long, healthy life to watch them grow. Every Otero Family History podcast is dedicated to the theme of family. In our bustling world of cell phones and the 6-second soundbite, it's so easy to forget how important family is. Among the greatest blessings in life is to feel the love and touch from those who sincerely care for you as a human being. I encourage you to find time in your day today to reaffirm your special connection with someone in your own family. 100 years ago today, Arizona headlines read: Death Troop starts to engage Villa in vicinity of Guzman. 1917 was a short 3 years before the end of the Mexican Revolution. Arizona border towns were hotbeds of turmoil, and many towns were alleged to house suspected revolutionary sympathizers. The infamous Pancho Villa was considered such a renegade that 100 years ago this week, the legendary Death Troop Brigade was deployed under the command of General Jose Carlos Murguia with a no prisoners to be taken in battle marching order. Leading the brigade, at the center of the column, was General Murguia's flag, a white banner with a black skull and crossbones in the center of the field. The death troop was unsuccessful. Pancho Villa lived to fight his cause for another 3 years. Another headline reported, Gerard leaves Berlin for Switzerland. Kaiser calls for a subsea conference. James W. Gerard, former American ambassador to Germany, made a hasty departure from Berlin along with 200 American citizens after German-U.S. relations ruptured. Gerard's departure was precipitated in part by Germany's unrestricted submarine warfare campaign, which started on February 1st, 1917. The United States would declare war on Germany just 2 months after Ambassador Gerard's departure from Berlin. At home, Arizonans were locked in suspense, hearing news about the European front and across its own southern border. With Valentine's Day around the corner, you'll appreciate Donofrio's 1917 advertisement for cactus candy. It said, "Let your Valentine be a box of Donofrio's delicious and fine-packed cactus candy. We will mail our $1 box of cactus candy for you to any part of the United States. Postage prepaid and delivery guaranteed. Your friends or relatives will appreciate this gift, an Arizona product from you. If you cannot come in, mail us $1 and your card, and we'll do the rest. Donofrio's Cactus Way and Washington Street, Phoenix, Arizona." Imagine your Valentine candy purchased and shipped for $1. Well, that was 1917. On this week's Genealogy Corner, I want to share with you an important resource called Reading Arizona. This website contains a collection of free Arizona ebooks available to anyone in the state. You'll enter a portal by accessing http://readingarizona.org/. Once you visit the site, click on the Enter eBook Collection button. You can create a personal login or simply proceed as a guest. For anyone interested in Arizona genealogy, you'll find ebook collections at this portal on Arizona biography, Arizona cities and towns, local Arizona history, mining and agriculture of Arizona, timeline of Arizona history, university presses, and women's studies collections. Here, you'll discover excellent books on Arizona, but among my favorites are two books in the Timeline of Arizona History collection because they focus on Spanish Arizona, Mexican Arizona, and the Territory of Arizona periods. The first two books I used when I began my own Otero Family history research are available here for online reading. First is James Officer's Hispanic Arizona 1536 through 1856. Officer explored many of the Spanish pioneers and their families, like the Otero family of Tubac, who lived and helped shape early Arizona. The second ebook is Los Tucsonenses by Thomas Sheridan. Now, most people are unaware that the vast majority of Tucson's pioneers were actually from Tubac. During the late 18th century, a Spanish order for the realignment of presidios at New Spain's northern frontier resulted in Tubac's presidio, or military fort, to be moved to Tucson. Established as a Presidio San Agustin del Tucson, the presidio was under the command of Captain Hugh O'Connor, an Irish mercenary. It was built in 1775 by soldiers from the Presidio of Tubac. Many of these soldiers moved to Tucson with their families, and many remained and became the Mexican elite after Spain accepted Mexico's independence on August 24, 1821. Thomas Sheridan's book explores this important Spanish-Mexican population as Anglos began to settle in Tucson. It's time for our segment on Otero Family History. Today, let me introduce you to a few important individuals on the Otero family tree. First are Jose de Otero and Francisca Granillo. These are the parents of Don Toribio de Otero. During the late 1770s, parents and son lived in northern New Spain in Curcurpe, present-day Sonora, also known as Pimeria Alta, or land of the Upper Piman Indians. Records have yet to be fully explored to discover how many children the couple had, but their son Toribio became a well-known figure to Arizona history as the first title holder to private land in Arizona. Another important figure is Bernardo de Urrea. He's the grandfather of Toribio's wife, Maria Ignacia Salazar. Bernardo was born around 1710 in Culiacan, New Spain, and was the governor and general captain of the provinces of Sonora and Sinaloa. He was a prominent Spanish military leader. During the past 5 years, several of his writings have been made available online and provide a unique glimpse into early Spanish Arizona life. According to United States National Park Services, Bernardo de Urrea owned a ranch around 1735, which he named Arizona. The state of Arizona takes its name from Bernardo's Arizona Ranch. An early 1760s map located at the Biblioteca Digital de España, or Digital Library of Spain, marks Bernardo's Arizona Ranch. To discover Otero family history means to appreciate the contributions that each individual made. Important men had important wives, without which no children or legacy could exist. Although few writings exist about the lives of these early Otero female ancestors, like Francisca Granillo and Maria Ignacia Salazar, let's never forget their importance to Otero family history. Okay, it's time for our Arizona History Moments. As we approach the anniversary of Arizona statehood, let's review some of the major government highlights that made Arizona possible. Arizona was populated by indigenous people long before the Spanish explorer Marcos de Niza entered Arizona in 1538. Spain ruled Arizona until 1821, when Mexico claimed its independence from Spain. Mexico ruled over Arizona during a rather calm period, despite some intermittent Apache hostilities against the settlers, until 1848, when all Arizona land north of the Gila River was gained by the United States through the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo at the end of the U.S.-Mexican War. A temporary military government ruled over the New Arizona lands until the territory of New Mexico was organized in 1850. Arizona, south of the Gila River, was purchased from Mexico in 1853 as a result of the Gadsden Purchase. This included the cities of Tucson and Tubac. During this U.S. period, news was slow to reach Tubac, and Mexican troops remained there for a period after the change to U.S. government rule. As the American Civil War erupted in 1861, Confederate General Baylor claimed southern Arizona as part of the Confederacy. It was during this same period that Union and Confederate interests overlapped. In the midst of the Civil War, the Union Congress created the Arizona Territory with the signing of the Arizona Organic Act on February 24, 1863. Its first capital was established at Prescott. This week, we celebrate the anniversary of Arizona statehood. On February 14, 1912, Arizona became the last of the 48 contiguous states admitted to the Union. By 1912, the capital of Arizona had been moved to its present location at Phoenix. Before I go, here are my takeaways from today's podcast. Arizona's pioneer history did not begin during the 1880s westward expansion. Although most Arizona history books focus on the early mining and ranch periods during the late 19th century, Arizona's rich and diverse history began during indigenous times. The Spanish and Mexican periods also heavily influenced our state. Just look around Arizona, and you can see cultural influences from indigenous people, Spain, and Mexico in our architecture, cuisine, art, and music. These cultural influences are what inspires much of the Southwest attraction for tourism to our state. As you explore your Arizona family history, don't stop at the 1880s. Look beyond. Discover your rich roots so that you can appreciate all the history that made Arizona great. Well, that's all for today. I hope you'll join me next week. Thanks for listening. This is Diana DeLugan, Otero Family Historian, signing off. Hasta la próxima.